How's everyone doing? I'm catching my breath. Just came up the other side of this hill, second time this morning. I'm gonna talk about kind of 5 daily commitments I established on Sunday. This is day 5. This by no means makes me diligent or consistent with these 5 commitments. 5 commitments are to myself. Nothing about this is what anyone should do. I'm not saying this is the routine you should start with. I don't have that much authority or arrogance to claim that I've got a routine you should use. However, I will say this. I do think that having commitments to yourself, daily commitments, is a good idea. So I'll go through my 5 daily commitments and why I'm doing them. Doesn't mean there aren't other things I do every day. Some of those are just the stuff of life. My 5 commitments were to address physical well-being, my music, musicality, artistry, and the last thing was my mental acuity. From that, I believe that emotional well-being can flow and certainly have a better opportunity to if you're getting certain things done that you enjoy doing. My commitments were 40 push-ups a day for this week. It's not really a lot of push-ups. I posted about this on my Substack. I have in my past at different times when I'm lifting or doing more resistance training done 200, 300, 400, 500 push-ups in a day. But all this is a way for me to start without getting sore, because one thing I will say is if you're going to do resistance training or start training, any kind of training, there's no reason to get so sore that you can't work out the next day or, just kind of ruins you. So for some reason, trainers do that at times. Don't, no need. So if I do 4 to 6 days of consistent resistance of, just very light, like I said, 40 push-ups a day, at the end of the next week, or by the start of the next week, I'll be able to do about 100 push-ups a day without really a problem. And I'm actually feeling it a little bit now. I did 40 on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. On Wednesday, on Monday and Tuesday, or Sunday, Monday, I did 40. On Tuesday, I did 50. Yesterday, I had 60. This morning, I did 60. I'm doing them slow, so it's a little more work. Very confident that Sunday of this week, I'll be up to 100 or more. We'll see how we feel. So resistance training for me is super important. It's good for the brain, good for the body, and I can definitely feel it and see it. But I've done, I've worked out, lifted weights since my 20s, and so my body responds. It knows the routine and it's kind of getting ready for what it has to do. The second commitment is a brisk walk every single day, at least one. We're actually doing one in the morning, one in the afternoon. But in the morning, I work a little bit harder, 1 to 2 miles where I'm moving at a pretty good pace, sometimes jogging. Not really a jogger, don't like it, but I do have my mountain bike getting set up, so we'll start riding and they said it could be ready Friday, but we're gonna be gone this weekend. So anyways, next week I'll probably do my first ride. I'll take you guys on that with me too. So that's just cardio, and once again, there's an emotional payoff to it. Walk down into the shade as the sun's coming up. And then, so those are the 2 physical commitments that I'm starting with. Goals down the road, gonna move to yoga and Pilates again. Pilates I've never done before, but my sister and my friend Lauren, she's a personal trainer and she recommends it highly. So I want to give it a try. Just physical resistance training and then some cardio. And then the brisk walks, taking rain out. Third commitment, 30 minutes of guitar practice, intentional guitar practice every day. And so I have some specific things I'm working on. I already got my guitar practice in this morning. So I started my walk a little after 6 and I'd already done my push-ups and guitar. So the guitar is just for musicality, and I want to every day be very intentional, because I certainly notice the difference when I don't play consistently and work on things. I performed last week and I felt pretty good, but I was like, okay, I need to make sure I'm ready to perform at a moment's notice. Fourth commitment is voice training. I have a new vocal trainer, Korel Tunador, really great guy. There'll be a link in the description, also to my Substack, where I link to his website. He's a true pro, and he's given me both vocal performance and even recording tips. At his urging, I've done a little acoustic treatment for my room, stuff that I can put up and down quickly just because of the nature of the office, and it really made a difference. So super thankful for him. So that's voice and music are the musicality, and then write 200 words a day. Now, when I say 200 words, I'm not limited to that, but that's a minimum. I need to do 200 words every day. Doesn't have to be a published piece. It might just be ideas that I'm jotting down in my journal. My journal is a Google document. I don't really write that much in a handwritten journal for long form writing. And if I do something like a 1,000-word Substack post, an article on my newsletter, that counts as the one day. I don't get a bank, 800 words for the next 5 days. I still have to write 200 words the next day, at least 200 words. And so I haven't got that commitment done today, but I've been doing it every day, so I'm pretty excited about that. So those are my 5 commitments. They're just ways for me to stay on top of the things that I claim are important to me. My physical well-being, my musicality, and my mental acuity. And so that's what I'm doing. I'd love to know if you have any daily commitments that you do, or things that you'd like to do. And if so, let me know. I'll encourage your lazy asses to get off the bed or get going. No, I'm just kidding. But certainly will offer any insight I can. The biggest insight for me is, I like mornings. I start early so I get it done. If I can get everything done before my workday starts, then I'm ahead of the game. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. We'll check in with you later. Bye.